It's time for the Lavish Biker Podcast, powered by Lavish T. Williams. It's the dopest, realest podcast in the nation. We talk about everything biker related with no filter. This show ain't for the weak, insecure suckers in their feelings. This show is for the real ones. Thank you and everyone for tuning in, and make sure to add, like, follow, and subscribe at Lavish T. Williams on all social and streaming platforms. And now, let's get into the Lavish Biker Podcast with your hosts, Lavish T. Williams and Pedro.
What's up, man? Thanks for tuning in to the Lavish Biker Podcast, man, with my guy Pedro next to me.
We up in here.
You already know it, man. We got a good show ahead of us today. We are going to be talking about what is the PROC, P-R-O convention. But before we go into it, I want to give a shout out to Watts Audio for giving us this location every week to podcast, live stream our show every week. So if you're looking for some custom motorcycle sounds, you come up to Watts Audio over here in Detroit, or should I say the Farmington Hillside, 8 Mile in Grand River. Come on over here. So Watts Audio, shouts out to them.
Shout out to
yeah.
Shouts out to Watts Audio.
Yeah, so we're going to get into it. We are going to talk about the PROC convention, which is coming up next month, January. So in order for me to learn about it and know more about it, to share it with you guys, I'm going to bring one of the guys, or the founder, the organizer, the curator. I'm going to bring this guy on the show. I'm going to have him introduce himself, and we are going to begin to talk about what the PROC convention is and all of this other stuff that goes along to it. So let's bring Mr. Butter on to the show, man. Come on now.
What's good? What's good?
Butter. Get that
How y'all
man a standing
doing?
ovation.
You already
up,
know
dog?
it, man. What's happening, man? Glad to have
Ain't
you
nothing.
on the show today.
I'm happy to be here.
So we got this PROC convention, man. Well, let me say the PROC convention, and I'm just curious. Tell me what is the PROC convention? What does it consist of, and all of that stuff? Because I heard about it. I heard of it. I seen it maybe the first couple years after you started the PROC convention or whatnot. But that was just it, and I never been. I never went, and then there's a lot of other people that's probably in the same boat that probably never heard of it. Just started riding motorcycles, or just never really cared to, entertain to go check it out or whatnot. But hey, here we are now today.
Right. Yeah, we pretty much officially we're a 3-day weekend in January. Usually it happens the second weekend in January. Sometimes it happens the third weekend. It depends on the availability of the hotel, because we have traveled pretty much over a fair share of the country. We're trying to get to other parts of the country, but it's a struggle, especially in this economy right now. But the convention is Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Like I said, it's usually those officially those 3 days. It depends on where we at. We might actually get there and start the PROC relatively sooner, so to speak, unofficially. Like when we was in New Orleans this past January, we were pretty much there early, and a lot of folks came in and they made it like a whole vacation. I know folks that bring family and everything, but let's get back to the basis of what is the PROC. The PROC is an acronym, and it's short for the MC Professional Convention. A lot of people that hear the name, the PROC, Pro Convention, or what have you, they think, oh, it's a bunch of PROs that have an event. One, why we need to go there. Two, why is a bunch of pros throwing an event. 3, we need to go and crash this event because pros are running this event. It literally does not encompass just pros. It encompasses every person that navigates through this MC community in any capacity, whether you are in an MC, RC, whether you're in an SC, just to understand what the bike community is about and all of its satellites. This is what the PROC is. It's I call it education and entertainment all in one weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So I can break down how PROC actually is structured. I got folks chiming in. What's good?
Yeah, you got it.
I see one of my club members chiming in. I had to come in on them. But the PROC is, firstly, it's not us, meaning management, that is doing the teaching. It is us finding people in the bike community, some outside of the bike community, to come in and share their knowledge of anything and everything that can help out the fellow biker and biker types. So we have folks that have come and talked about the laws, whether they be local or national. We've had lawyers on stage. We've had OG outlaws on stage. My man said he was at St.
Yeah,
Louis.
I
So
was.
you remember
Hey,
East
listen.
Bay
Yes, you
Dragons
did.
on
Yeah,
stage.
East Bay Dragons. Punchy was speaking. I
Yes.
think Big Sale.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
To be honest, that was my first.
Okay.
And it was very, 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 very educational, to the point where I suggest that every person or a bike club that has, whether it's a bike club or not, that is something that you have to do.
It's something that every bike,
you got to have that in your,
or aspiring to have a patch on
yes,
should come and see what the product is about. Don't listen to what people have told you. Come see it for yourself. We do stuff that nobody's doing. You're not gonna go somewhere and get Phil Baker and founders of the East Bay Dragons on stage and just talk. And it was unscripted.
it's unscripted.
He was just up there just telling stories, and we were just sitting around like kids at a campfire, and it was beautiful. And God rest his soul, he passed away not too long after. That was the last time,
right,
publicly on that platform, that anybody seen him alive. So I take pride in knowing that I had this man on film just before he passed away. And it is one of my most shared videos on Facebook. So if anybody ever want to go see that video, go to my Facebook, Alfred Jeffrey, and type in hashtag Phil Baker, and you will see his video. And it's like hundreds of shares and 20, 30 something thousand views. I mean, it's crazy.
It was a very educational experience for myself personally. I did learn a lot.
That says a lot.
Because not only that, you had outlaws there that was speaking, and what you should not do in different situations. It was really broke down. I've never seen it broke down like that.
Yeah,
it was broke down in every aspect of it. Not only that, and we had fun when it was done.
There you go. Education and entertainment all in one weekend.
All in one weekend.
So typically a typical convention, they're going to have a conference all day long, and then everybody's going to be in the hotel meandering around the bar, or they might go back to their room. But the way we are set up, us Black bikers, you can't take us nowhere without a promise of a good time. So you have to have parties. It is what it is. Yes. So Friday night, we have a party. We call it the meet and greet, but it's kind of like more than a meet and greet because it's basically a party. I mean, it's a big party. So it's like the pre-party. I don't know if we might have to reword that so people can stop getting mad about it. It's not a meet and greet. It's too many people. The lights are
Right.
on. Awful, whatever.
Right.
But so Friday night is the party, the first party. Saturday during the day is the meat of everything. That's the actual conference. So during the conference, in the morning, we have all of our guest speakers. So like the likes of, like I said, Phil Baker and other outlaws. They come up, have spoken. People who have written books. Black Dragon, y'all had him on the show. He spoke at the PROC and was very well received. We've had a fair share of really good heavy hitters come up and talk at the PROC. So in the morning session is the general session, and it's like I said, it's a bunch of speakers. And then what happens is we break out after lunch. And let me tell you about lunch. Lunch is amazing. Like, we feed people like you at some really good wedding. We don't just give you cold meatballs
Exactly.
and dried up hamburgers. It's amazing. You don't eat like this at any other bike convention or any other bike event, period. I just want to let that be clear. To see a bunch of leather walking around and being treated well inside of a really nice hotel is a big deal. So moving forward, we come back from lunch and we have what we call breakout sessions. And we have officer types broken out that have their prospective sessions. This is where that whole we facilitate. We're not actually teaching people. We're facilitating. So we'll have the presidents and vice presidents session, and we'll have keynote speakers in there. Like, we've had the likes of Capone, who's returning from Block Burners, Tic Tac from 317, and the likes of the folks like that will come in and just facilitate all of the presidents and vice presidents together, and they talk amongst each other. So there's no one in there necessarily showing you how to do it. They might be saying, this is how we do it, and this person might say, this is how we do it. And it's up to you in the audience to say, you know what, in my area, some of that might work. Some of that might work. I never heard of that. That's some good information. That might save my life. Like, this is what we're facilitating. We're trying to broaden our horizon and everybody else's horizon, and not just get stuck in a little pool in your own little area of what you know or may not know that encompasses the bike community. And you may go somewhere where we have keynote speakers that are local that may speak on something that may or may not help you if you ever travel to that area. So we have presidents and vice presidents. We'll have sergeant arms, secretaries, pretty much every position in the club we have a breakout session for. And what's amazing about that is we run it back to back. So if you went to the presidents and vice presidents session after lunch, and now you feel like you need to get over to the sergeant arms, we run that back to back. So there'll be two of each class, so to speak. So you'll come in and you'll get at least two classes in person. And that was changed some years back because there were some folks that really wanted to gain knowledge on a few different positions. Anybody that is in the bike community, in any capacity or entertaining coming into the bike community, this type of stuff can really help you out to hear what a lot of other folks that are knowledgeable on their position or prospective positions that will speak on what they're speaking on. So it's just a bunch of grown black bikers and other colors. I don't want you to think it's just black bikers. We're pretty much international now. I'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
But we pretty much have all the sessions go down, and they usually run well into the evening. We take a little bit of break after the classes, and we go basically prepare for what a lot of people come there for, is the main event for them, and that's the party Saturday night live. Saturday night, you hear me Saturday Night Live? Somebody told me. So Saturday night is a big deal. Sometimes we have themes, sometimes we don't. Like this year going into Indy, we have a theme and it's boots and brims. So we're gonna have people in their boots and their brims, out there getting it in, doing the huckabuck or whatever y'all do in your boots. But yeah, it's gonna be a big deal. I have some videos on YouTube. If you go to YouTube and put in the PROC convention or something or other, you can physically see for yourself the magnitude of folks we have that come to the PROC. We've had upwards of 5,500 people in Atlanta in 2012, hosted by the Front Runners, by the way. They did an amazing job with us. It was a big deal. We was at the GICC and it was packed wall to wall with nothing but leather. It was crazy. But
now this is what I want to say, because I don't want to go too far. Tiffany Renee, what's going on? I see her chiming in. That's the homie right there.
Tiff, you coming through on the PROC?
Tip squad.
Yeah.
We gotta give a
and
shout
I
out
want a
to her.
shirt. I want to be on the tip squad too.
Yeah, definitely that. So this is what I want to go back, because I don't want to get too lost as you talk about it, because I want to speak on when I first heard about what the PROC convention is roughly about. Me being a biker, I'm thinking a convention where people are trying to tell me how to be a biker. Dumbest thing in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to tell me how to be a biker when I'm already a biker? Who's going to these events? So my first mind and my first thought, and this was maybe 2006, 2007, I'm like, I ain't about to be going to no convention for somebody to tell me to be a biker. Those are not hardcore bikers. If you wasn't, in my mind, if you wasn't a hardcore biker, you wasn't a biker. You just a guy that had a motorcycle. Time, changes, and people's mindsets changes. How do you get the people that think like I did? That's a waste of time. How can somebody teach me how to be a biker when I'm already a biker?
Could I say something before you answer that?
Sure, go ahead.
The thing what made me like it even more is it was like it wasn't so much as a teaching, because it was like everybody. And it was people there coast to coast. It was coast to coast. Even the guest speakers and stuff like that, they were from all over. So it really wasn't like a being taught, if you sort of say.
Yeah,
it was like shared it was like shared information.
So that's where we come in now at, because time moves forward and you actually sit down and you actually look into stuff a little different. Than before. You like, wow. Then especially seeing the change and dynamics of what, people did in different biker eras.
Right. Exactly.
What they did back then. You had guys that came around when I first came up and they said, well, we don't do the stuff that y'all do.
Exactly.
Then you move forward to another era. Yeah. And I'm sitting there like, man, y'all don't do the stuff that we do. So then when you start networking and you pick, because I mean, for me, the whole thing is what might work for you, and that's winning. If you share it to me, I might be able to learn from it, and it might work. Right. And if I'm taking pieces from him and this president over here and that president over there, and I'm incorporating all these little pieces, that's working for the dynamics of their club. Now we're on to something. So it's like, how do you reach the people that are almost unreachable, to reach them to say, hey, this is something that I think that you should do. We know people got to want to learn something different. Mm-hmm. And we go back to like the other podcasts where we talk about a lot of the old heads that's just completely stuck in their ways.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Without listening, don't want change. So with the PROC convention, how do you actually reach those type of people? And then when you reach those type of people, what are their responses afterwards?
Here's what I hit them with. I've had this conversation time and time again. I had this conversation when I was in Tampa with a few folks. And I tell people all the time, I said, if you're not the student, you're the teacher. There's no in between for me. So if you felt like you have learned everything you need to know about this bike convention or this bike life, I need people like you to come pass that information on to people like me. We all could learn from somebody somewhere at some point. You never stop learning. Like, I've been doing this for 20 something years. I'm still learning. I don't think I've plateaued. I've taken a lot of the stuff I've learned and put it into my own club. Shout out to Hot Commodities. So when it's all said and done, I tell people all the time, come through and share that knowledge, because we need people like you to learn from. I mean, even if y'all dropping some stuff that might be 30 years old, we can pick and choose what we need that will help us in the future. Because some of this stuff is timeless. You know, wear your gear. Like, that asphalt ain't changed, so wear your gear. You know what I mean? That asphalt is still the same. Last I checked, last time I was on it, that was just the same old asphalt I'm sliding on.
Right.
So you know, I tell people all the time, we need folks like you to come through. And I paint the picture for them like, hey, imagine just standing in front of about 1,000 bikers and being able to tell your story and tell things, how things were and how things are, and so on and so forth. Or speak in the president's session because you're tired of seeing all this foolery out here and you want this bike community to get better. Well, then inject yourself into this situation to help it get better. We are the vehicle for what needs to happen. We just need y'all to get on board. That's all. That's all we ask. And get on board and come through and drop a little knowledge for these folks that have came out here and put together clubs, because biker boys and stuff like that, and out here just doing their own thing. My biggest thing I've actually had was when people have come to me and pulled me to the side and be like, you know what, I really learned something today. I had a president of a club. I was in New Orleans. We was in New Orleans in 2009, because we've been there 3 years, 2009, 2015, and again here in the beginning of 23. So I had a president, as I'm walking down the aisle. I remember the dude. I can't remember his club. All I remember is he had a whole bunch of gold fronts. You know, New Orleans, they be doing a little different down there. But he grabbed me. He's like, "Yo, dog, that right there." He said, "I got a prospect with me. Whatever happened on the stage, I don't remember what happened, but he said this information may have saved her life or will save her life." That's all I need. My work is done. I can go back to my room. I don't need to catch the party. I don't need nothing, because I might have saved somebody's life, because that's important too. There's a lot of folks out here. These bikes have gotten faster. You know, those of us that are still on sport bikes, the bikes have gotten faster, a little bit more technology. We done went from pulling over and reading directions on,
the GPS is
now. Turn here. Oh, we supposed to turn back there. And now we doing this, turn around. We went from that to playing with our phones and our music and iPods and all that. And next thing you know, we in the back of a truck. You know what I mean? So times have changed. We just trying to keep people safe. We trying to keep them educated, because nothing's more dangerous than an educated biker. You can have all the guns in the world, but that education, that's major. So that's what we're trying to do.
What started this PROC? Like, who brung up this vision for it?
The PROC started as, now this goes back to the whole PRO thing. So at the time I was in my club, I was a PR, because PRO wasn't even a term back then. It was PR, public relations. And while it wasn't an official traditional position, it was still a position, and so I was the PR guy for my club at the time. Shout out to the Pioneers, Patterson, New Jersey. So I was the PR, and I basically had an idea of getting all my PR folks together and doing just a get together. And it expanded from being a get together to, hey, when we get to this get together, let's have a little sit down and talk about some current times. So the idea started at the end of 2003, and in January 2004 we actually had it. And the folks that we had spanned from as far north as Boston to about as far south as like South Carolina. We had some folks, and it was just a little band of us PRs. Like I said, we wasn't PROs at the time. It was a band of us PRs that we were just always at events and and hugging and handshaking and taking big group photos. And we said, let's go have this event. So I got with Seven at the time in Double Light Posse, and I told him, I said, hey, let's do it in Philly because that's a nice halfway point to put it on. That way people ain't got to travel all day long. So we had it in Philly at Double Light Posse's Clubhouse. It was Roy's Comfort Zone, and it was a little bar, and it might have been 70 of us in there. And we had some index cards, and we just had some stuff written down on these index cards just to talk about, what's happening at the time. And we was up there just reading the index cards, and we would read the index cards, and people would chime in, and we would come to a solution or agreement or whatever the case may be, and move on to the next card. And we did that, and we had some finger food, and we went to somebody else's event that night because we didn't have no budget. And that night, was good. We was at Executive Writers Annual, I believe that was. And the next morning we got up and we went and had breakfast and like some remote little diner, and then we all went home. But I said, that's a good thing. I want to do this again, and I want to have a hosting club for the next one. So I said I wanted to keep it in January because it's pretty much people will have more cabin fever. They will want to actually be indoors, if we're somewhere where it's relatively cold or potentially can get cold. So I didn't want to infringe on the calendar too much because the calendar, even back then, the calendar was thick. This is going back 20 years. So the calendar is even crazier now, as we all know.
Yeah, definitely that. Definitely that.
So we've made a staple in the bike community with that calendar, at least with our following for the most part, for that second or third weekend in January. A lot of people tend to try and move around our calendar, and that's just because we have to contend with we basically rebuild a PROC every single year because we go to a different location. So it's like restarting a brand new event. It's not like we going to continuously keep getting the same hotel at the same place at the same time.
Yeah, and I got a question for that, not to cut you off. I just don't want to go too far. I still got my Facebook viewers. They on here. I got a lot of the YouTube viewers comments coming across the screen. However, Facebook, I see everybody out there that's chiming in. It's just that I can't see your name. It's just showing Facebook user. So I am seeing your comments unless I'm on the actual website. So I know that Quiet Storm, I know Soul Bro is on here. I know Ladies of the City, Kale. So I want to, shout them out because I see them. We got Leslie, we got D. Linwood in there. We got Miss Adidas, that was on here. So I do want to acknowledge them. But one of the questions that Soul Bro from Next Level, he's asking, how are the locations determined from year to year?
Typically right now in this climate we're in now with the economy and everything, typically we try to go to a place we either haven't been or haven't been within at least 5 years. We got away from having a hosting club hosting clubs because there was a lot of distension when we came into an area, and if we had a hosting club, this club may have came to us and said, hey, we have a PROC, we have an idea for having a PROC here. let's look at doing it here. And we may have looked into it and said, yeah, that'll work. And then, they became the hosting club. And now the other clubs in that area was mad at us. I'm mad at them and potentially us and all of us or whatever. So we got away from that because we want to come into an area and leave it as good as it was, or if not better. Like there's some locations that really understood the assignment, and some locations and some clubs have come back to us and said the PROC has made us better. Like Houston, we went to Houston in 2013. They understood the assignment. They rolled out the red carpet. 2007, when we came to Atlanta, man, Southern hospitality at its best. People love coming to Atlanta. I mean, so we just got away from doing hosting clubs for the sake of not starting any distension. But we still want clubs to participate. You can bring all types of ideas and sponsorship and actually get commissions on sponsorship if you brought, something to the table. And that's with just any entity, any person from any club can actually sponsor, any coalition can sponsor. So we leave the door wide open for everybody who wants to be a part to get on. For example, shout out to 317 and them boys and them girls in Indianapolis Rough Riders. They are sponsors of
my man, them 317, man.
Yeah, 317 Tic Tac, man. Don't let them play that song. What's that surf? that surf song.
Oh man, listen. I know.
If you play that song, man, you better move off the dance floor.
Right.
Right.
Get out the way.
Get out the way, man. I got some video I got to upload, man. The TikTok, man, up in there, man. I thought he was about to pass out, man. When that song came on, man, that boy was serious.
Tick got energy, man. He be out there. I be sweating, standing still looking. I'm 52. I can't do it. I don't know how you do it. But yeah, that's pretty much what it is. We pretty much try to go to an area where it's affordable, not only for our patrons, but affordable for us as well. Because we've gone, for example, we've looked into venues in Miami, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, and Miami said, oh, we need 3 times as much as what y'all used to paying for a venue. And a venue, not to throw an exact number out, but to put on a PROC is a 6-figure event. And Miami was talking 3 times that. So we can't just go to folks and say, oh, your registration has tripled because we want to go to Miami now. Folks, they're not wired for us to triple their registration fee, once we've actually gone somewhere that they want to go to. They might want to go. They're gonna hear it's how much now? We try our best to not, kill people because, none of us are getting rich at the PROC. Like folks may think, this event it's costly. I mean, if anybody has ever done a full blown conference or something at a major hotel, it's a lot of money that they charge you for a lot of different things like that ballroom and the food and beverage attrition and all, these technical terms that we have to deal with every year. So we just trying to make it as affordable as possible and as convenient as possible. But, sometimes it do work out and sometimes it don't. But we trying to stay above, keep our head above water along with everybody else in this economy right now. So if we tell y'all we going to X, Y, and Z, trust me, we done looked at everything and everybody is talking crazy right now. So
we got a comment from Leslie Hardiman in the comments on Facebook. Do the PROC ever go overseas to have a conference?
We would love that. It would take a lot of groundwork to actually build a relationship internationally because we're getting entertained internationally as we speak. And like I said, I'll get into that. But yeah, I'd love to go someplace else. We've actually talked about doing an actual cruise at some point. So everybody keep a lookout. I've talked about this for years, but that may actually happen where we might take an actual cruise and we might have like somewhat like of an abbreviated type of PROC when we do the cruise, but a cruise may happen. So yeah, be on the lookout.
Okay.
Hey, can I shout out my sponsors since I done mentioned a few of them?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. We want you to. We want to know who was all involved. All right, now listen. I see you got that notebook, right? So
yeah, this is my work.
What I'm saying
is this is where the magic happens.
We ain't got an hour. We ain't got an hour for that list.
I swear, it's fast. I write big. So
go ahead.
These are the people that have helped to make this 2024 PROC happen.
All right.
JW Marriott, Visit Indy, Idle George Museum, Indian Motorcycle, Polaris Slingshot, R. Bell Construction Group, Black Girls Ride, Jeff Tell Communications. Hey, you gotta sponsor your event with your business. I mean, they got to feed off each other. 317 Riders, Forsaken MC United, 06 Riders MC, Next Level MC. Shout out to Next Level. I enjoyed myself in Tampa. Lady Dragons MC and SC, Sky's the Limit, Profile Riders, Unstoppable Dynasty, Hot Commodities MC, My Club, thank y'all, Dem Boys MC, Dem Girls MC, Masonic Riders MC, Rough Riders Indie, Throttle Hawks MC, Road Nurse Divas RC.
Shout out to them. Rebels. Shout out to the road nurses. They came to Detroit strong for my event.
Yeah, that's right. Good people, real good people. Exile Rebels MC, Dem Rare Diamonds, Wild Ass Riders MC. And shout out to you, Lavish, because you're helping out as well. So shout out to Lavish and his biker.
Man. Yeah, let's shout that out.
You ain't make the video, but the sponsorship don't always come in monetary donations and such. It comes in stuff like this. So we appreciate you.
Yeah, man, no problem, man. No problem, man. Plus, it's an opportunity, for me to reach the people that I know that really don't know what the PROC convention is.
Right.
Because you got, like I said, you got different people from different areas in the bike world that don't care to really know, or it never been presented to them. So, for me, it's like my chance to actually go out, actually see what's going on, and then report back to my people.
Right.
To let them know, hey, I went out here. One, I'm going to this event. Two, I went to this event, and this is what was going on here at this event. They talked about this. They did this. This was going on. This is an event that I think, hey, you should be at next year. This is an event that I think maybe the club should come to. So it gives me a chance to go out here also and just meet different people and see what's working for their club. What is this club doing over here that can actually benefit and help me make my club better? So I'm excited about it. I can't wait to, I can't wait to get down there and see what it's about, man. And then the hotels, they got their promo code for the hotel. They got to hop on. Listen, let me tell you, they got to hop on the promo code because I looked at the price without the promo code. And whoa, baby, that ain't no biker price right there. That's one of those vacation prices. So y'all check out that promo code, man.
Can I speak on that for a second?
Yeah, definitely speak on that.
Yeah, that's if we still have if everything is still good and you could still get a room. The rooms at the JW Marriott are $175 a night with the PROC promo code. Let's be clear on that. This is per our agreement with the JW Marriott. Again, this is the JW. If anybody traveled and moved around, JW is a big deal. You talking about hosting a hotel for the Super Bowl type. I mean, this is a big deal. So their room rate after our block is $370. So if you have any intentions of coming to the PROC and staying at the host hotel, because anybody who knows when they come to the PROC, it's ideal to be at the host hotel.
Yes, sir. Actually, all you gotta do is ask me. You better be at the host hotel.
Don't let it just come from me.
Hey, you better be at the host hotel, sir.
You got to be at the host. You can't be meandering all across town and I'm gonna catch a ride and all. You got to come in, get dug in, some slides on your feet, put a drink in your hand, come around and be merry. You do not have to leave the host hotel unless you want to. it is ideal to be at the host.
Right.
So
You don't even
you
want to leave
want
the
that
hotel.
information, go on our website, proconvention.com, and book your rooms like tonight, because it's not a small difference in hotel pricing once our block leaves. And, I'm hoping that block is still up, because it may be gone by now, but double check. You can go on our website and see for yourself. That's proconvention.com. Please go book your room. I'm trying to save y'all some money, and because the rooms are going to literally go more than double per night. And so come be at the host with us and be merry, not across
Yeah.
now. And let me just point this out, by the way. A lot of people don't realize, because a lot of people, and I need to touch on this. I need to touch on a few things, if you don't mind.
No,
Unless you got
touch on it,
Go
man.
ahead.
That's what we got.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna touch on it.
Go ahead.
The first thing I want to touch on is downtown Indianapolis is fucking beautiful. You hear me? It is one of the most beautiful downtown areas I've been to, and I've been to a lot of downtown areas. It is really amazing. I was impressed. I was brought out in 2016 by Visit Indy, and with the help of Tic Tac and a few others that I didn't know about till I got there. That's another story. But I was brought out in 2016 to see the city, boots on the ground, and I was
Hold
thoroughly.
on. What's the promo code? What's the promo code for the hotel room?
It is. It should be the PROC.
Okay, the PROC. The PROC is
Yeah.
is the hotel code for that. And I sent that out
Yeah.
for trouble. I ain't got it pinned to my post, but
I don't have it.
The
I
PROC,
have
the
it on my
PROC convention.
post. If you go on, if anybody wants to find out what it is, go find my page, Alfred Jeffrey, ALFORD, space Jeffrey, JEFFREY, and I have the post pinned on my Facebook right here. So you can literally go on my Facebook and find it. It is the first thing, and the room information is right inside of that post. So go book your rooms, people.
I got it in the comment. Leslie just
I'll tag you in it. I'm gonna tag you in it lavish right now,
All right.
just because. And if you want to tag some other folks, I'll do that. So I'm gonna tag you in it right now.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
All right, you are officially tagged in it. Cool. So I wanted to touch on that. Downtown Indianapolis is beautiful, and a lot of their area in the downtown Indianapolis area is pretty much climate controlled. I mean, it's tubes and tunnels pretty much everywhere that you need to get. That's important, and I thought that was amazing.
Tubes and tunnels.
It's literally it's like an ant farm. It's crazy. Like, you have catwalks to get across the street if you need to. You got underground tunnels, and it's climate controlled. So you will not be in the elements like people think they would. They're thinking they're gonna get there, and it's gonna be 30 degrees below zero as soon as they get there and navigate around the downtown area. But technically, you don't have to be outside unless you really want to be outside, and you can move around.
That's what one of the comments from my guy Low out of Texas. He wanted to know what is the weather like in Indy next month. Would it be too cold to ride? That's Texas.
that if he's Texas born and don't know anything about cold weather, it might be. If you gear up, you'll be fine. So here's my thought on the weather as well. A lot of people say, and this kills me every year, is that people be like, hey, where's the PROC gonna be this year? Oh, it's cold up there. But the PROC is an indoor event. It's not an outdoor event. All you got to do is get to the hotel, and it's nice and warm in it. So let's start there. They be thinking snow on the ground. I can understand that. So but the way the world is right now, if you look at the way this weather has been these past several years, you don't know what you're going to get no matter where you go.
Right.
That's real talk. Like LA was rained out in January one time we was at the PROC. I want to say this past year. Like, just raining. Like the southern LA, southern California area, they was getting bad rain. Parts of Florida was cold. I mean, you just never know. Some places got fires for months. I mean,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to take your chances. I mean, put on a sweater. I mean, come fuck with us. I mean, it's like you can't sit and just say every time I go somewhere, it's got to be ideal weather. People went to
It,
Myrtle
it,
Beach
it, it ain't gonna be
and
ideal
and
weather.
it rained out on them. I mean, they riding around with umbrellas,
Yeah, you just got to make the
and
best of it.
you're gonna have to make the best of it.
Yeah. Now
Stop, don't
here's
be fair
something.
weather on me.
Here's something else, and the
Okay,
reason I just want to let people know that I am paying attention to the comments.
good.
And I don't want to lose. I don't want to go too far, but if someone isn't in the club, would they be comfortable enough to be able to socialize, and will it be inviting for individuals that's just independent riders that don't wear colors that might want to attend?
The PROC takes any and every person. We're not standing at no door talking about, do you ride? Do you have rags? We're not doing that.
Okay.
I can't do that. We don't care if you want 2 wheels, 3 wheels, 3.5 wheels, 6 wheels. We're not doing that. The PROC is for everybody. Come through. You might learn something that make you better at whatever you doing. It's just a matter of applying what you may have learned there to what you're doing. So anybody can come to the PROC. So y'all heard that from the horse's mouth. We're not blocking people from coming to the PROC. You could be all the way down to you thinking of throwing your leg over a bike to a 60, 70-year outlaw. Everybody can come to the PROC. That's it.
Okay.
So
because you got people, and I mean, everybody got their own different type of questions. So, that's why
yeah,
I'm glad to have this platform to,
yeah,
answer some of the questions that people might have. And as
right.
as you talk, I'm gonna try to stop you without cutting you off. I don't want you to
That's
lose
fine.
your train of thought, but I
It's
do
all
want
good.
to, get some of the questions answered, that's in
Gotcha.
here or whatnot. Do you have a regularly riders? So I guess regular riders come to the PROC. I'm not sure if she wrote it
Do
correctly.
people ride regularly to the PROC? I think that's what they're trying to say.
Okay.
Every single PROC, even when we were in Greensboro, up until it snowed, we had bikes outside. Every single PROC has had bikes outside.
Okay.
That's just a matter of what
Preference.
level of rider you are. Yeah, yeah. But some folks, they just not gonna be at a bike event unless they on a bike, and I respect that. And
Right. Right.
trust and believe. If I didn't have to bring everything out of my PROC closet,
Yeah.
I will pull up on Iron too, because I feel like it's got to start somewhere, and it's going to start with me. If I could do it, then I would expect everybody else to say, hey, damn, he's out here riding. But I mean, I'd be out in this winter anyhow. But I'm from Jersey, so
Yeah. I know how
yeah,
the
hey,
people on the East
I
Coast
got
get down with the
gear.
weather. Now you
Yeah,
got
I'm
Miss. You
gonna
got
ride if ain't nothing on the ground.
you got misbehaving. Misbehaving Clark. She just posted a link in the comments with the rooms. I guess to book your stay or whatnot.
Okay,
So if you're in the comments on Facebook, they're in the Facebook comments because I'm streaming YouTube and Facebook. So you can check out the Facebook comments. It's a link in there that she just posted in the comments, for that. And then the PROC also, let me say this, the PROC also has a page of their own with information on there as well. So you can really just go in the search bar and type in the PRO. And let me ask you this, because I say the PRO and then I say the PROC. Is it an actual correct way of saying that, or is it preference?
you know what? It's the military in me. I've pretty much, we have abbreviations for everything. So the PROC just worked for me, and it kind of stuck with everybody. But like when it started out, it was the pro convention, and
Okay.
we went from there to the MC professional convention. So, but some of the old schoolers that been around for a while, they know it as the pro or the PROC. So
All right.
it's whatever, long as y'all understand what's going on there. That's all I could care about. Y'all call it whatever. Just book your room and come on through.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
doubt.
no, but that's all. It's cool.
Yeah, no, because I was just a little curious because when I get to looking at it and I see the word and then I read it out the way that it is, I'm like, okay, well, is it the PROC or is it the PRO? Some people say the PROC convention.
They
is it
say
the
it all.
PRO convention? So I'm asking, like what is the proper way? But I guess either way works.
I typically say just now at this point, I just say the PROC.
Okay. The PROC.
And that's all. I keep it easy.
Okay, no, that's cool, man. That's just that was something that I just wanted to know for myself or whatnot. But yeah. Go ahead.
You got some other folks?
No. I'm saying you can go ahead.
I'm good. I'm good to talk. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me delve on a few things that I did have to talk about.
Okay.
I talked about booking your rooms. I've talked about getting tickets. Now, if you at this point, if you looking to get a ticket, we have shut down online registration, and you can actually get your ticket at the door. But I want to be clear what we do with the PROC as far as our ticketing is concerned. Whereas in a typical event, if you buy tickets from somebody 6 months out for Ookie Book Riders, your ticket might be $10 and you might get everything that's afforded to you. But the closer you get to the event, that ticket might go up to $20, and by the night of, it might be $30. So what they're trying to do is push you into getting your tickets early, because a lot of folks, a lot of clubs, I mean, let's call a spade a spade. Club is a business, and they might have to allocate that money to do stuff. It's no different with the PROC. We pretty much don't raise the price of our event, but we do take stuff away that you are afforded. So typically, as soon as we announce where we're going, I announce where I'm going on stage, people yelling and screaming. Sometimes they booing. It depends on where we're going. It is what it is. But I announce where we're going on stage, and then we put out early bird registration tickets. So that ticket price will be a reduced price, and it gets you everything that's afforded at the PROC. Your T-shirt, your goodie bag, or your patch. You get all these different things. The lunch, all that stuff. That we give y'all. Down the line, the later it gets, if you don't book by this time, if you don't register by this time, we take away that lunch. We got to put those numbers in for lunch. It's like RSVPing for a wedding. So we have to put those numbers in with the hotel. And if you don't book by that time, we're not going to feed people that waited to the last minute. We got to feed the people that paid on time. And these folks here have paid on time. So we're going to put those numbers in for the lunch. So you lose the lunch after a certain time. Right. If you don't register and you just walk up, at that point, you lose. Only thing you're going to get when you walk up is entrance into the conference and both of the parties. We have allocated all our resources to the T-shirts, the goodie bags, the lunch, to those who have paid in advance. So it's not us, trying to nickel and dime folks. We just pretty much we want people to just register early and just get it out the way so you can get everything afforded to you. And we have about several hundred folks that have understood the assignment. When I drop that link on stage, they be right there with their phone refreshing. Literally, I've had people come up, pull me on legs, shoulder, whatever, be like, hey, I don't see that link yet on your page. And once I drop it, they go right on because they know they're going to be there. Like, we have a faithful following of folks that they're going to be there. They've been rocking with us for a long time, 20 years now. So they're going to be there, So go ahead and book your get your ticket and such. And Mocha just chimed in and said, and the breakfast. So you pretty much, it's crazy because folks that have paid the same exact amount of money are standing there watching people who have went in to get breakfast. And we're looking at armbands, different color armbands tell you what you can, what's afforded to you. A full perk ticket, you go in and you get
breakfast too at that.
I know. Breakfast, and you go to the lunch, and then you stand out there looking crazy. Just book in advance and just get it out the way. I mean, it just is what it is.
Okay, so here go a question I got for you. I got this question for you because we talked about everything. We talked about booking and everything like this, but here's one thing that I need to know. Pricing for this event. We didn't talk about that. Yes. We didn't speak on how much this event costs. So should people go online to find out this event, or should people be told what this event is? I don't want to lose viewers with the price.
Yeah.
I don't know when they hear the number, because I don't know what it is.
I'm gonna put it like this.
Is it going to be something where bikers that's watching, they're going to say, how much? Oh, man, let me get off this live right now. Or are they going to say, hey, okay, that's it.
Let me paint this picture.
All right.
I'm going to paint this picture. We've been doing this now going into Indianapolis 20 years. That's a major milestone.
All right.
Not a lot of clubs or entities last that long. They usually fall apart after about 5 or 10 years for mismanaging money or doing something foolish or treating people bad. We've been doing this 20 years, and we average a few thousand bikers each year. On the low end, we'll have a couple thousand bikers. On the high end, we'll have 5,000. With that being said, the numbers don't lie. When you walk through that door and everything that's afforded to you is well worth it. You're not going to go this, like you'll go to an event right now and you'll pay. I mean, back in the day, we paid $5 for parties. That ain't happening no more.
So we ain't at $5. We hired at $5.
We're hired. We're higher than 5.
We're higher than 5. So 5. We're higher than 5.
We're lower than 100. So yeah. So here's what it is. You'll pay about $80 for a 3-day weekend with the PROC. That gets you a for real meal during the conference. That gets you. Let me just paint.
Now,
the picture.
Ain't no hot and ready pizzas, is it?
No.
You get. I need somebody to chime in and let them know that
hey, dog.
We be eating good. Somebody let Lavish know we be eating good.
I'm right here, dog.
I need something to come across the screen.
Listen,
there you go.
Breakfast.
Let him know.
Right. And breakfast.
I'm just making sure. $75
and breakfast,
$80 when they hear it, because some people that just are finding out about it, they might be thinking it's a $20 type of event. So I want them to really know it's not
I want
$20 event.
Transparent. The PROC costs money to run.
So and you got to be very careful of who you invite. They got to be worth it.
I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of events out there that you're paying similar money, if not more, that are biker events. I don't want to call out names. There's a lot of events that you're paying triple digits to be at and not getting nowhere near what you might get at the PROC. That's being real.
We got Ron. He said we eat good, man.
Yes, let him know, Eva. We eat.
Foxy say a full meal.
Yeah.
A full, and that's Foxy. And Foxy ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing.
Ashley say including dessert.
Right. They for real desserts.
Mocha say a full meal by a chef. A chef.
Right.
I said chef.
Yeah, executive chefs.
Hey, so listen, my homegirl Yelena Quiet Storm, she said, how do you go about being a team lead? Now, what's a team lead?
First let me shout out my team leaders. Miss Behaving, she actually chimed in earlier. That's one of my team leaders. So team leaders are basically, I wanted folks around the country to help this PROC grow. And team leaders are basically they're just basically, for the most part, they're promoters. They help the PROC when we're underway at the actual conference. They're doing the registrations. They're our workforce. And we would not be where we at without team leaders.
I think I
wanted to give them I gave them the name team leaders because I didn't want them to be classified or sound like it's a derogatory type of, you're our workers or something like that. Y'all team leaders, get out there and lead. So yeah, I got team leaders all over the place, But the way team leaders work is I have a what do you call it? We have a structure of folks. I'm overall responsible for pretty much everything. But if you wanted to become a team leader, you can talk to me, or we have team leader supervisors that you can talk to, and it's for them. And all of this information is on our site. That if you wanted to become a team leader, or you can just chime in on the PROC Facebook page or whatever, and hit us up and let us know you want to become a team leader. And we would have to weigh out if it's an advantageous to have a team leader in that area, because we might have several others that might be in that area. But with every business, there's always some changes, and you just never know. If you reached out to us, you might bring something to the table that maybe another team leader in your area may not be bringing to the table. So everything can be entertained. So don't be afraid to reach out to us because you think you might be stepping on toes. We might be looking at possibly you moving some folks around because they may or may not be working for that area. So please reach out to us. You can reach out to me or one of our team leader supervisors, and we'll see what we can do to get you on, or if we need to actually put you on. So that's how you become a team leader.
All right. Now I got another question that's further back up in the comments. The jacket that you have on, would that be available for sale at this event?
This jacket I wore specifically for this night. This is a hoodie, by the way. This is a hoodie, and this is a one-off hoodie. I can get more made. Well, I can't get more made, but my personalizer can get them made. And if she is actually on this live, she can chime in herself and let you know how you can get this hoodie. This is a custom hoodie. I will have to guard this hoodie with my life when I get to the PROC, because folks will probably want to get me for it, because there's no other hoodie like this. We just not doing all this extra. But yeah, this has established in 2003 on one sleeve. I'm just kind of and this has all of the places we've been on this sleeve, and then on the back, I'm gonna see if I can see it. It says 20th anniversary. So yeah, this hoodie is a special hoodie, and it was made for me because I kind of know some other people at the PROC, and they like.
All right. They like you. Okay.
Is Steph still over there? Stephanie, who was it? Stephanie Elder. She was a team leader. No, we used to
Stephanie Eason on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's still a team leader. Tasty.
Okay, yeah. I used to get.
She was actually on the live.
Okay, what's up, Steph?
Yeah.
We used to get all our tickets and stuff from her.
Yeah. Tasty be on our game. She's been around for a while.
Yeah.
That's my road dog. Literally.
Shout out to Tasty, man. I ain't seen her in a minute neither.
We got ladies of the city. Ladies of the city say if it's $20 for a ticket for the weekend, I don't even want to go. if it's a $20 weekend ticket for a conference, okay. So that must speak volumes. We got people out here that don't, because a lot of people really don't mind paying to go to places. They just really want to know what they're going and getting.
It's definitely quality.
And what you get.
For sure.
Like I said, the proof is in the numbers and the time we've been out. We're not just out here. We're not out robbing people. We give people a lot for what you're getting at the PROC. It is definitely a big deal for all of the stuff we give you. So I've had people say that we aren't charging enough, and that's being brutally honest. I swear on everything I ever loved in life.
Say you're not charging enough. Did they give you a little extra?
Yeah. So here's what happens. Those who travel for a living and go to actual conferences, they are paying 2, 3, 4, 5 times what we actually charge for our conference. They already know that this conference that we're doing is amazing, the price that we're charging folks. And these are professional people that go to conferences on a regular. So we don't have to fight with them. It's the folks that haven't done nothing. And you got to understand that the PROC is not a traditional event. This is not somebody's annual. This is a whole, for real, legitimate conference. Like a whole. I mean, tell them.
Yeah.
It is a whole. We got our shit together. I can't even. You know what I mean? Like it's a whole conference.
KJ say price shouldn't matter when you going out to support and learn. Hold on, let me get this comment out. KJ said price shouldn't matter when you go out to support and learn, and that's true.
Yeah.
On top of times change, and like he said, when you put together this event or these events, they cost. So the old $5 and $2 way of being a biker, that's like going out of the window. Out of the window.
Exactly. I've gone to parties and just the party and paid $30 and $40. And but I'm just going there to support. I'm not going to go and be mad because the event costs. You never know what. Like I give you an example. You try to get any type of venue, and I'm going back. If any of my Maryland DMV folks are on here, you try to get any venue in the DMV area, DC, Maryland, they be hitting folks over the head for their venues. I mean, I know this because I watch people solicit for venues there, and they got to charge extra. Look, Foxy just said all her conferences are $300 plus for fewer days.
Yeah, for fewer days.
Yes, for sure.
So yeah, we are really doing good to keep this as competitive and as not as costly as possible. Right. And like I said, with this climate right now, with the economy, everything has gone up. And as much as we try to not have our folks absorbing that cost, we have to eke the price up in order to stay with the times.
No doubt,
but
no doubt.
I promise you, none of us is out here rich off the PROC. I just want to clear that up right now as well. If anybody on my Facebook, they see every day I'm slinging TVs, I'm installing cable in buildings, and I'm putting in Ring cameras. Jeff Telecommunications is on their grind. That's where my money is at. It's not in the PROC. I wish, but it's not. So.
Oh man.
Look, like I said, proud sponsor of the PROC.
Yeah. So here goes something else, and I got to put this out there because this is my guy, man. He not on the live, but this the homie, man, from Cleveland, man. Every time we link up together, every time we come to Detroit, definitely every time I go to Cleveland, man, we always run into each other. We kick it. I got video footage of him all the time, man. He always there. But we got Big Moochie, baby. He's supposed to be down there, right?
Shout out to Big Moochie. He is actually going to be at
Big Moochie. He's coming down there, man. He's going to be down there.
He is actually going to be at the PROC, and that Friday night, he's actually doing a whole legitimate line dancing class at the PROC.
Yeah.
This ain't his first PROC. Y'all go look up Big Moochie on his social media. He got a nice nice post on when he came to, I want to say it was Tampa. He came to, and he actually got on stage and performed, and he did a YouTube about it. So go look at his YouTube. Y'all don't believe me? Believe Big Moochie.
Check out the video,
just look at the video. He could tell you for himself. I mean, he loves it. He would not come back if it was some foolishness.
No doubt, man. And then to even get him, and a lot of people when they just see him out, even though he's a biker, and I put this out there because you got a lot of bikers that's involved in a lot of day-to-day motorcycle activities, which being a biker is their hobby, but they also make a living or a hustle from the bike world. And as he just said, hey, Big Moochie's going to be there. Big Moochie doesn't travel for free. He's not just going just to say, hey, I'm going because I want to go. And I say that to say that these are things that people don't see as the expense when it comes down to putting on this show. You have to pay this guy plus this guy plus this guy plus that guy. And when you tally up all of the expenses, you have to, that goes into that price. That still goes into that price. And I say that because some people might just see him as an omen. They might see him as a biker. They might see him come to the party, but they don't know, like, he could be doing any other thing as well. But it costs. it costs people their time.
They
travel. And those are some of the things that make a difference when you got a great event and people are charging a little bit more money for the event. You're getting a lot more out of it. So I just wanted to put that out there, man. You can correct me if I'm wrong about anything that I said or whatnot.
Big Moochie definitely benefits from being at the PROC. He is compensated for being at the PROC. I will say that much. I ain't gonna put his financials out there, but he is definitely not coming to the PROC just to be meandering around. So
yeah, exactly. So he's gonna be out there, man. So I wanted to speak on that, man. Ladies in Traffic, they gonna be there. Toledo, Ohio. Shout out to Ro. She been promoting the event.
Yeah, so. Definitely shout out to Ro. She made it happen.
Actually, she's the one that put me with you. So
exactly,
shout out to her.
That's one of my team leaders. See that's what I'm saying.
How it all work out? Networking, full circle, bringing people together somehow, some way.
But you see how that works. That this is the importance of a team leader. I could have came to you and be like, "Hey, come to the PROC," and you'd probably look me up and down sideways. But you have a relationship with her. There's no face like a familiar face. And if you rock with this person and this person says, "Hey, this PROC thing is a good thing. Come through." You'll find yourself believing more than likely this might be a good thing, as opposed to me being over here in Atlanta telling you to come to the PROC, over the internet. So team leaders are instrumental in this PROC because they get out here and do their numbers. Like, shout out to Dirty. And Lady J, they are beasts out here just promoting this PROC, and it's amazing. Like, I just love them. I love them to death. So it's just, there's no face like a familiar face. So I do appreciate having my team leaders out there making this whole thing work.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, man, like I said, I enjoyed myself, man. And
there you go. See,
I definitely got to get back.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, man, I got
no ifs, ands, no maybes. No, I think I might make it.
Man, I got my home girl. Not even just my home girl, man. My Boogie Down family from Memphis. Then forget just chiming in on the chat. She had to text me. She had to say, "Hey, I want to see you at the PROC."
Okay.
Tiki, I see you. I got you right here. She like, "I want to see you." You know what I'm saying? Tampa, Boogie Down. She say coming too. So nice. I know I'm gonna be there, man. I'm trying to get some of the other, guys and gals that might be willing to come, interested in coming, to come down there as well, man. So we can, rep our thing and do what we do down there, man. Because it ain't no party unless a boogie is down there, man. So
okay,
that's
right.
what I'm saying.
Okay,
we know how to boogie, man. So we try to come down there.
Upper Midwest definitely does it different. I can definitely say I've been thoroughly entertained. Y'all will have a line dance for everything. That's new to me. Y'all will line dance to a nursery rhyme if y'all could.
In Detroit, man, like Quiet Storm say, we need Detroit to go down there deep, man. Detroit, when we do pull up somewhere, Detroit, they do come deep. I'm not saying for this event, seeing that it's, less than a month away, because I do want to put that. I don't know how everybody's finances is, so I do want to be pretty mindful of that, because
of course,
the cost of the rooms, the cost of the event, being that Christmas just happened, the holiday season came, and if people didn't already plan, I don't know their finances, but for the ones that can make it out from the city, they gonna come and they gonna have a ball, and you gonna see the pictures all over social media, man, of them having a good time.
This is one of the reasons why we move around this country as much as we can within our means. We want to pool different areas, because chances are people may not come to the Upper Midwest for this event, that event, or so-and-so's event, but they might come because of us, the PROC. Now you get there, you in the lobby, you kicking it with a club, and y'all done fell in love with each other, and it's a beautiful thing. You like, you know what? I'm gonna come fuck with y'all. I'm gonna come to y'all event. If you don't come to the PROC for nothing else, if you sat in that lobby and just literally and lobby pimped and just literally just socialized, that is probably more important than a lot of folks have realized.
It is.
They have built forged real relationships just in the lobby. And this is what I've seen, you know, and heard.
A whole nother party, man.
Sunshine, Sunshine, ladies of the city. Hold on, Sunshine, ladies of the city. She says she will be there to rep for sure. So shout out to her, ladies of the city. Yes,
there it is.
And they move. Them girls, they do move around, man. You look up one day they in Detroit. You look up again later that day they in Chicago, and by morning they back home.
Nice.
I done witnessed it.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I'm hoping that, you know, like I said, a lot of this stuff is just awareness. I'm hoping that the people that are chimed in, that's looking at, don't know anything about the PROC, I'm hoping that this video, this podcast has enlightened them a lot more of what the PROC is and what to possibly expect, and to see that they move around. Moving around means everybody can get around. And at some point in time, when they come to your city, you can be a part of it. Now, and this is a good thing we didn't touch on, brown sugar. Now, listen, what about the vendors? What about vendoring? How is that set up? How is that done? Who do you have in place for that? Will they be vendors? What type of vendors? Let's speak on that for people that's curious.
All right. Typically, we'll have, I mean, that's a given. We're going to have vendors. We got a faithful few that follow us pretty much almost everywhere. Give you an example, Miss Carolyn, Coast to Coast. She comes, she's setting up, she's putting patches on. She's a beast. So she going to be there because she know it's some money there to be made. We fluctuate our vendors primarily because of the location. You know, we might go somewhere that may or may not be within their budget. I mean, I'm just being transparent. Some folks have said, you know, it's a little costly for me to go out there and do such and such. So what we try to do is pull from the local vendors as much as we can. But there will definitely be vendors there. But like I said, the PROC is every year, it's literally starting from the ground up. You know, if we stayed in one location, one hotel, one time of the year, we would have our set vendors. We would have our set hotel. We would have our set costs. We would have everything would be set in place, but we work year round to make everything work. So we try as much as possible to get some local vendors to come through because they're not, you know, absorbing as much of a cost as some of the other vendors that, you know, got to travel a little bit. Some, like I said, some of our folks do come, you know, on a regular basis because they know it could bring them continued business more than anything. Like you may get to the PROC and somebody falls in love with your product. And now you done had 50, 60 people that done turned to a couple hundred because now they done seen you at the PROC and now they're taking orders, you know, well after the PROC or something like that. So scared money don't make money. That's real. So sometimes you're going to have to put a few dollars out in order to get a few back. And
no doubt. So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Are you guys still taking vendors, and what do you need, and how do people go about becoming a vendor for this event?
We still are taking vendors to this very moment. As you see, Lexi just chimed in, Profile Riders, we are still accepting vendors. So if you want to be a vendor, you could either inbox me or you can go on our website and actually and go there and say, you know, hey, you know, I want to be a vendor. So don't. It's typical that our vendors come in. Some of our vendors come in at the last minute, but yeah, if you want to be a vendor, please reach out to us. We still have some spots left. I mean, the JW is pretty decent sized hotel, and we have a nice high traffic area that's going to be good for vendors. You know, vendors like to have a lot of foot traffic around them, and this one they would appreciate. So come on and sign up while you got the chance, because yeah, we still have spaces available. Per Fox.
Yeah, no, that's cool. You know, because again, we got as much information as we can put out on here tonight, man. Is going to help the people, man. That's watching, or people that might see the title, go back, watch this podcast, and they see it, man. I want to inform them and everything. Speakers, because I know we talked earlier about different speakers on there, and this is just this is just me, man. I'm just feeling this since I'm on here. I'm feeling this. This is what I'm feeling.
Okay,
you dig? This is what I'm feeling, man. Because I got you on here, man. I'm feeling, man, that maybe I need space on the microphone, man. I feel I need to represent Detroit, man. Somehow, some way.
Well, I tell you this.
That's what I need to do.
even if it was
Detroit, man.
Even if it was in the president's and vice president's session, that's probably where your voice could be heard without a problem. The Foxy pretty much sets up our speakers. We bring her speakers, and she facilitates some other speakers. Some are carried over from previous years, but the meat and potatoes of everything, she pretty much sits and organizes. So you can reach out to her, but I don't think we have any space available because I want to say something without saying something, but say something
right.
is that
I'm listening. We
have something major happening this year at the PROC. This will be groundbreaking. They will be talking about this for years to come.
I know what it is. I what it is.
I can't say it.
Lavish is coming to the event. Is that what we talking about?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
That's epic. That's epic.
Yes.
Lavish is coming. I knew what you was gonna say. I knew it. I knew it. You know,
clairvoyance.
No, but in all things, man. The only reason I say that, man, I'm a pillar in my city, man, and I'm always gonna speak and try to use my voice to speak up for my city and I don't take it personal, but I take it personal, but not personal like I'm in my feelings about it.
You ain't good.
Detroit is a real bike city, man. And we travel and we go everywhere. And when Detroit is in the building, you know Detroit is in the building. And if any other city out there say different, man, prove it. When we go to a city, we ain't even a club no more. We are the city.
There you go. That's how it should be.
20 different clubs, and this Detroit is over there. Right. Different colors, different rags, mixed clubs, men clubs, women clubs, social clubs, riding clubs. It don't matter. But it's Detroit over there. And Detroit, I just be feeling like, and we the Motor City. The Motor City. GM, Ford, Chrysler came from our backyard. And I don't be thinking like these other cities, man, be putting a lot of respect on our name, man. And I'm just, you know what I'm saying? And I got to speak on that, man, because I'm going to feel that way until all these different clubs that we got in Detroit have these out-of-town clubs and guests and people come to our city. And I stand on that for just anybody outside of Detroit, man, because they know when we come, we come. And I'm always speaking on it to whoever. Detroit, we need that stuff. You ain't got to come see me, come see him. You ain't got to come see him, come see her. You ain't got to come see her, come see them. Just come to Detroit, man. And I just, that's one of the things that I'm always feel like I got to push, especially seeing that I'm one of the people that got the voice and the platform. Come to Detroit, because Detroit come to y'all. And I just, like to speak on that and let them know, man, if I'm there or 30 other people from Detroit is there, even with just me, Detroit is in the building, man, as always.
And you know what I'm saying? You should have pride for your area. So my thought is this.
All right, I'm listening.
We're late in the game. We still got a month out.
Detroit in the building, though.
You have the potential. Detroit has the potential to show up and show out at the PROC. Even if you got your band of your group of heavy hitters that come through, because chances are, one is close for y'all. relatively close for a typical PROC, because we're not up in the upper Midwest like that. But come through and put your mark on the PROC. That's what I say. Put your mark on the PROC and put your mark on folks that probably wouldn't have seen y'all otherwise. And you start relationships just on that alone. Like I said, even if y'all didn't even, and I'm just being just blatantly real, y'all came there and didn't even go to the parties. Y'all just sat in the damn lobby and just talk to folks and show what Detroit is about and do y'all chants and everything. Somebody gonna fuck with y'all later. Like, you know what? Them Detroit folks are all right with me. I'm coming through there, and that's what the PROC is about. Just forging relationships. So yeah, get you about a couple folks to come through, and I promise you, it will be an investment for Detroit. I can't stress that enough. And I'm sure I got folks out here that could say the same thing, that when we've come to areas that understood the assignment, we've had a continuing relationship of PROC patrons coming through there for different events that probably wouldn't have never came to that city for anything else. So come on, just on the strength of that. Never mind the speakers and the food and the dessert. Come through and put your stamp on it.
No, man, we definitely,
Man,
you know,
And I know y'all ain't scared of the weather, so we good there.
Definitely gonna be up in there.
No, we ain't scared of the weather. That's
Right.
that's definitely for sure, man. We definitely ain't scared of the weather. I'm trying to think. I'm going back through the comments, because I know we going on an hour and a half. I try not to get it too where it's too like, man, you know, they still going, but I still also like to get it where I answer as many questions as possible. Guy Storm said, get a couple of folks, huh? Yeah, we normally don't come with just a couple. We come with a squad.
Listen, man. I mean, I will personally let folks know Detroit is in the building.
Yes.
If Detroit comes in the building, I will personally, from my mouth to everybody, I will let them know y'all in the building, and because they said they're
gonna be able to tell. They definitely gonna be able to tell.
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta say nothing.
Listen, I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Hey, you gotta say nothing.
Man, we got misbehaving. Say, do I hear a challenge for the D? Listen, check this out. And I'm gonna speak on that. I don't want to put a challenge out because I do want to be mindful of my people that's here that just came off of the holiday break, who did not know too much about this event until I start speaking on it. But any other time, I will accept. No, Detroit will accept any challenge, and we will probably sit back and laugh at it and win that challenge, man.
Like I said, just realistically speaking, if you had a handful of folks that you know they're gonna get out, they're gonna do whatever, no matter what the time through. This, we're around the corner, damn near, for y'all to have a couple thousand bikers that close that y'all can go and say, you know what, we're gonna leave an impact on them. We're gonna make them want to come back and fuck with Detroit.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
Yeah, if nothing else, if nothing else.
Now, because we kind of faded off when I started speaking about that whole Detroit thing and everything like that, but I always got to represent for the home team. Now, let's go back, and I know that we had a phone conversation. I think that's where you were going. I don't know if it was something that we were going to continue to publicly talk about, if it was, on the up and up to speak on or not. But I know that you were saying about something that's never been done, that's epic, and all of that stuff. Do you care to finish that?
I don't want to put my foot in my mouth, but it's definitely we still making strides. Everything is still running smoothly.
Okay.
But when it's all said and done, people will definitely want to be at this PROC because they're going to see something different that they're not used to seeing.
Right.
So it's definitely still going to be a big deal. It's definitely still it's going to be nothing but positivity. It's definitely still a big deal.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to it. I just definitely just don't want to speak on it just yet. I want to wait till they
Yeah.
Right.
Let's not. I
and
mean,
folks be
because
mad because they wasn't there to witness,
yeah,
So,
and I mean,
so it's a
we
little bit of
talked about it. We talked about it behind the scenes the other day and everything like that. But it's gonna be some stuff that's probably gonna mess a lot of people up because they probably gonna
it's
be
going
like, "What? I can't
it's
believe it," unless they see it. So I think I think it's gonna be good, man.
it's going to change the whole y'all listen to
Yeah.
me. Listen to me, y'all. Look me in my eye. What's going to happen
Go
at the
ahead, look
PROC
him in his eye.
is going to change the entire dynamics of the motorcycling community. Trust me, at the PROC, January 2024. Come to this PROC. You need to. If you are in a club, you will want to be at this PROC more than any other PROC ever. Because this one is going to be game changing. And I'm not just saying words to gimmick y'all and get y'all to come to Indianapolis. You will want to be at this PROC. Don't hear about it. Be there to witness it for yourself. If you love this bike community, you will want to be at this PROC. That's all I got to say.
No, definitely, man. I'm gonna be at this PROC, right? And I want to have me a lot of fun at this PROC. I can feel it. I can really feel it. I can really
good
feel
to
it.
hear. Yeah, it's we gonna laugh, we gonna cry, we gonna do a little bit of everything at this PROC. I mean, like for real, like
No,
we another thing we do at the PROC. I just want to just put it out there. We pretty much honor our fallen,
okay,
and just before we go to lunch, right after the general session, we give a moment of silence and we might run a slideshow. Or we might have let people talk about people that have passed away, and it literally be you could hear a pin drop in there. That I mean, people sit and honor the people we lost. So I want to say, while I'm thinking about this, is that we have people send in their fallen riders for this year, and from the calendar year of January 1, 2023 to December 31st, 2023. If you have a fallen member of a club or such that hasn't been counted within us, look on our PROC page and you will see we have an email set up for y'all to actually send your fallen rider in. So send your fallen rider in, their picture with their sunrise and sunset day, and their full name with their riding name and such, because we want to make sure we get everybody counted and nobody's lost. We might have, like, unfortunately we have, I want to say we got like 30 something people, but I want to say that there's more people out there, and it's like I don't want to have to necessarily chase people, but I wanted people to make sure that they get their fallen riders in, because we want to make sure that everybody's counted. And that's near and dear to me, and that's for real. So
no, we definitely gotta do that, man. Because me myself, my club this year, man, we just had a bad year, man. We done lost a lot of our members, man, this year, man. Boogie down. So, man, hats off to the guys, the rattle hands up to all my members from my club, man, that we lost a couple due to motorcycle fatalities, and then also just other illness and sickness. We actually lost one today, so
wow.
I'm gonna definitely try to get the list together for the people from my club, from the different chapters of Boogie Down, So that's definitely something I'm gonna work on to try to get that information out there to y'all as well.
Yeah, please do. I mean, and I just even if you weren't there, I want to make sure that your folks are counted. So make sure you get your folks to me, so I can make sure that they get their last send off properly at the PROC.
Yes, sir. Definitely that, man. So the weekend, what's going on that Sunday? What do you do on that Sunday before checkout, after checkout? How do you organize that Sunday?
Sunday is pretty much it's kind of like the bon voyage farewell. Everybody's checking out. We have the breakfast that morning, so we'll have a breakfast early that morning. And as your boy just said, the breakfast be good. So hallelujah. Go get your breakfast. We feed you before you get on that plane or get on that,
Yeah.
that bike or in your car or whatever, however you got to the PROC. We're gonna feed you and we're gonna send you off. We used to do it that morning. We used to do the because we do charity. We cut a check of choice for a charity, a local charity, and we used to do it during the breakfast, but now we do it actually during the actual general session. So we want to make sure everybody see that. But that was, like I said, that was the old way. The new way, we just letting people eat and they can go on by their merry way.
Okay.
So yeah. The Sunday is the wind down. I'll probably be in the lobby, just kind of, you know, saying bye to people,
Saying your farewells.
Yeah. Thank you. Come again. You know how they be on
Safe
when you get off.
travels. Right.
If you don't get my damn way.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I'll be in the lobby,
Yeah.
just doing what we need to do, just seeing people off and praying that everybody get home safely in one piece, and that's just being real.
all right. So listen, do, and I'm not gonna ask do because it's right here in the comments. However, you're giving out trophies this year for the most rep furthest distance trophies.
We're giving out accolades for most repped. Yes.
Okay.
So
all right, because that's in the comments, and I want to
any category
speak on that.
is. So yeah, Lexi just chimed in. Profile riders, most rep furthest distance trophies this year as well.
Okay.
So we just want to. We're gonna do most repped. What I want to say is most repped national clubs as well. So there's a lot of clubs out here that are just got members everywhere, and if you have, and this is pre-registered folks, so just want to be clear on that. So if you pre-registered with us and you didn't register 60 folks, we're going to honor that. We're going to say, hey, such and such came through with 60 folks pre-registered. They on their game. So we just want to start, giving love to everybody else officially. And that's one of the best ways to do it. So we gonna even let them clubs come up and walk the line, just file on through, shine, let them colors shine. You know what I mean? So yeah, we all can get some love up here. It ain't just about who's on stage. We come on through here.
Man, I'm just thinking, man. This sounds like it's gonna be a long night.
It is.
It's gonna be a long night. The conference thing. What time? Realistically,
Yes.
what time will it actually start Saturday night?
Well, the party Saturday night is typical party time, 9:00.
Strictly party, no conference. This is not we're not talking conference.
Saturday night is the party.
Okay.
But Saturday during the day, 9 a.m., the conference will start.
Okay.
And
in the morning up until a certain time.
Well, that last class, especially that president's session, I've seen that president's session go up to like 7:00 sometimes, because they in there hashing stuff out and learning stuff and talking to folks and and just bouncing ideas off. And I think that's amazing that they're not rushing to get out that room. Right. They really in there, meeting of the minds type thing. And so yeah, that president's session, that's usually the biggest deal. So I just think it's amazing that they're gonna be in there the way they be in there year after year till 6:30 o'clock, literally.
Yeah, no, that's cool. So I just need some clarification on that, because I'm like, okay, the party, but we starting early, so it's room for people to constantly come in and out. They're not literally just isolated in this box 8 hours out of the day. Okay.
No. We like I said, we'll have
right.
Yeah, we'll have the general session, and that's in the morning. Then we'll break for lunch. Then we'll come back, and we'll have the presidents and vice president, all those classes. They'll run twice. So you might say, I'm gonna go to the first one, and all right, I've had enough. I've spilled some knowledge. I've gained some knowledge of whatever you've done, and then you might want to go and run through them tubes and tunnels in downtown, Indianapolis. So it's what you make of it. But we pretty much from Friday. Like Friday is basically Female Friday. We pretty much honor our ladies out here, and they have a whole setup where they do a fashion show. They fashion it like, with the bike gear. They do all kinds of different things on Friday. Shout out to PT, by the way, Black Girls Ride. And Foxy, they will be pretty much facilitating the bulk of that. But pretty much from Friday morning forward, it's not necessarily a dull moment. It's something going on in some capacity. Yeah. And we usually wait to put the official itinerary out once we have finalized it, because things change. And we'll have that itinerary ready for you to scan when you get there. You can pull your phone out, scan the itinerary, and pull it right up on your phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's cool. That's cool.
Yep.
Do you have? Because I want to go into your personal biking stuff outside
It's
of
cool.
this. Do you have, outside of the PROC convention, do you have anything else that you want to share before I try to move along to you and bike riding and being a biker? About
Let's
the
see.
event. And do anybody in the comments got something? Because I'll jump back into the comments.
Yeah.
As
I
well
see
while we're doing this.
flash back and forth that might need some entertaining, but I think I got pretty much everything covered. Because we in crunch time. Is get that room if you can, rally some folks if you can. Indianapolis is going to be amazing. It's our 20th annual. It's a big deal for us. It's a milestone. Like I said, not too many entities, period, in any capacity, last 20 years. So, I mean, that's a big deal in itself. Nothing I can think of right offhand. If you got some questions in the comments that need entertaining, I'm here for it.
Yeah, no, I don't have any too many comments. Just a lot of statements. Breakout sessions are epic. A lot of jewels dropped. That's Miss Clark. We got Foxy say President's VP sessions run as one session. Breakout sessions start at 2 p.m. Okay, let me go over here to Facebook real quick. We got Ro. She said it's gonna last it's gonna be a long weekend, as she put in the comments. Yes. A long weekend. She emphasized long, so I guess that's gonna be good as well.
Yeah.
One of the things I want to ask you, man, just out of curiosity.
Yes.
What kind of bike you ride, man?
I ride a Gixxer 1000.
So you still on a crotch rocket?
I'm still on a crotch rocket.
First of all, you got the Gixxer 1000. What year?
An 01, the gangster.
That's the original. Hey, listen, that's my favorite. That's the one. Yeah. The 2001, 2002 Gixxer.
Yellow and black.
1000. No, I had like 6 blue and white ones, because that's mine.
Yellow and black.
And I had one, the black and silver one. Yeah. No, I had 2 of them. I had 2.
People wanted that black and silver. Black and silver was hard to come by.
It was hard when that first year. Listen, let me tell you, when I first started riding, I started riding on a 99 Strad. In 2000, I got a 2000 750.
Those were the fuel injected.
Correct. Those were the fuel injected ones. In 2001, the Gixxer 1000 came out.
Right.
That changed everything.
I had to get the Gixxer 1000. When the Gixxer 1000 came out, that was the most anticipated bike, the fastest bike. Everybody like, oh man, people dying on that bike, man. Right. That got too much power. I got the first one. I got the black and silver one, because that was the one.
That was the hardest.
That was the one to get, that black and silver Gixxer. I had that one. Then I ended up getting a blue one. I had a blue one from 01 because I had crashed. I had a blue one from 01 to maybe 2004. 2004, 2003, I had a black and silver one. 2006, I was back on a blue and white one. Then another blue and white one. Then I got hit by a car.
Jeez.
Yeah, I got hit by a car on that bike in 06, and then I transitioned from that to the Harley.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went from the Harley and the Gixxer to the ZX14.
There you
silver
go.
One. Then it was this 14 to the Harley. then a R1, and a Harley. It has just been strictly Harley from there. And I had a Boost in 02.
Yeah. So let me paint my timeline.
All right.
I've been in the bike community since '99. I was a hang around for my club, the Pioneers, and I watched these guys ride and go places, and I was just like, ooh, I want to ride one day. So when I finally joined the club, it was 2001, and I came in. My first bike was a 1999 ZX11. So that bike for its time was a gangster. But 2001, when I came in, everybody and their mother was getting them 1000s. And we had like 5 or 6 in the club. And when I say they were just smacking people left and right, that bike was amazing. Like light, fast, snatchy. It was a big deal. I've been pretty much diehard Kawasaki for the longest. I done had 14s and had a 12 after the 11. I've had a few. I had a Gixxer 1000 06 or 05. I think it was 05, 06. One of them for a brief moment. I had 2 Honda RC51s because I just always loved them bikes. They were just ahead of their time.
A torque machine.
Yes, all day long. I've been in turns and have it stretched, and that thing, I feel the front wheel come up in a turn, and I only knew it was up because when it finally came down, it just said boop, and I was just like, oh my god, stomach went down to my kneecaps. But yeah, that bike was a gangster. Got on this 1000 here recently, actually, and it was actually it was a good deal. I could not pass this up. The bike
with the
had
Superman
low miles.
headlight, man. I love that bike.
The bike is in immaculate condition. When I got it, it had 5,200 miles on it, and it runs like a top. It's a Zoot. They run great. So I said, you know what? I'm going to ride this bike and enjoy this bike while I have it, because it's like a brand new bike. It's just amazing. It feels good. Everything's I got it dialed into where I need it, and I'm not just going to be hitting corners and all that. I actually ride long distance. So
what's your long distance? What would your long distance?
I've done pretty much, one of my longest distances was from Jersey to Mobile. We did that in 2 days. Shout out to OD, by the way, my boy. When I want to get some for real miles in, I know who to call. He is down for the cause, and he still ride a sport bike too. So, but I'll just get up. Like when I was in Jersey, I would get up and be bored and just ride up to Syracuse because the Road Dogs got their clubhouse open, So I don't really like riding local, because that's when you get hurt. These block to block going to, different, every corner is, it's white knuckle, because you never know who is going to make a left turn on you. So I'd rather be on the highway.
Right.
Let me explain, because a lot of folks be like, oh, you 52 years old. Why are you on a crotch rocket? Don't your back, my back is fine. My kneecaps are fine. Everything works on me. I don't have no ailments or nothing like that. And I've ridden everything. I've been in this bike thing for a long time. I've ridden everything out there. I feel much more comfortable on a sport bike. And until I get to that frame of mind where I feel like, oh, I'm going to go get me a cruiser, Harley, Indian, whatever.
Harley.
That's going to be a choice. But
you notice I said Harley when you said Indian. Yeah, Harley.
HD.
Yeah, see how.
But
to
that, Harley.
Indian is one of our sponsors, so I feel morally obligated to make sure that I plug Indian. They've been the sponsor for years now. So Indian, shout out to Indian, because they come through. But yeah, I'm just not. I'm my own man. I'm the type of guy. I'm not gonna do what he's doing, what she's doing, what they doing. I'm gonna do what I want to do. So I ride a sport bike and I enjoy it. So this year I plan to make that sport bike the most popular sport bike, Gixxer 1000 out there, because I'm gonna be out here getting it. I just do me. I don't follow what other people say I should be doing.
How do you
And
carry your luggage on that thing, man? What you carrying, a backpack or you got a
I
car
got
behind
a
you?
tail bag. I got a tail bag and a tank bag. You know, I roll up a couple of outfits if I need to. I'm a ride there in that what I came out, and I'm a ride back with that same set of pair of jeans. I'm a biker. I'm still a biker all day. So I got the bike set up so I can actually be a little comfortable on it. Like I done swapped out subtle things. Like I put booster pegs on it because the 1000 pegs are all aluminum. The booster pegs got rubber on them. You know, I wear like the sport touring boots. I'm gonna get my seat done at some point. Like little subtle things I'm gonna make work for me. I got a taller windscreen, just so I ain't got to be tucked the whole damn 8 and 9 hours when I'm going somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna ride a sport bike, and until I feel different, I'm gonna ride a sport bike. So I love to hear my folks, all my diehard Harley folks. I love y'all to death, but I'm gonna ride what I want to ride. So when you see that blue and white pull up,
Yeah.
trust and believe, it's me.
It's you.
It is definitely me, and like I said, I'm not block to block. I'm trying to get out here and get it. So I will
Nah,
get somebody's highway pretty
no
much
doubt.
on this.
You got Miss Hardaway. She asked, "What's the fastest you done been on your bike?" I don't know. I guess she's asking. That for all of us. I think
Okay.
on my rocket, the fastest I've been was the odometer said for me 187, and it started blinking at 187. So I don't know how fast past that I was going.
Well,
As far as
you well
odometer wise.
on right around 2000 2001, like I had a ZX12, and that was unrestricted, the 2000 model. And then they came with this gentleman's agreement that had bikes limited to 86 miles an hour. And let me tell you, pioneers raised me. Sunday mornings, we would leather up and we would be out on 287 and 87, and we would go out and we would get our money's worth out of our bikes. Let's just say that much. I was raised by pioneers, and then when I started Hot Commodities, we were hardcore. I mean, we rode. So I done pegged pretty much every bike I own. I done pegged it with passengers. I mean, yeah, I I definitely have used some of my 9 lives. So when I see these fools out here just doing whatever, I done been there, done that. I get out here enjoying myself every now and then, but yeah, for the most part, yeah, I'm gonna ride my bike for everything it's worth. I'm gonna get my money's worth out of it. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna twist it back and put some duct tape on it.
So would you jumping into the whole bike set and the club, your club, what drove you towards going to your club, and what drove you towards joining a motorcycle club? And are you an MC club or a riding club or a social club?
I started my club, Hot Commodities MC. When I first came into the bike community, I was with Pioneers MC. Uh, I pretty much joined my best friend at the time. Him and his brother were in the club. So you kind of, you around your folks, you want to do what they doing.
Right.
When I was a hang around, I'd be behind them in my little Trans Am GTA going to events. And I was just like, and they was trying to get me to join the club. And I was like, no, I don't want to join a bike club until I have a bike. I knew back then
Smart man.
I didn't want to have a patch on my bike unless I earned it. So I did a couple of years, and then my first bike I actually bought by selling some stocks I had with a company I was in. And I grabbed that little bit of money. I was like, boop, let me go get this bike. I threw it on the bike. And like I said, a 99 ZX11. And I turned the corner and they was like, get out of here, And I was green. And back then, people that I got to go into why I have the name I have. My name in my club was Jeff. And we had 3 other Jeffs in the club. So my name was Jeff A. My name, Butter, was actually given to me in tradition by my club. My club, they used to tease me and call me different things. And then one of the names stuck, Butter. And they said it for so long that it stuck. And it was just like everybody else is calling me Butter now. I might as well put it on my vest. So I literally had nothing to do with the name Butter. That was given to me by my club, and I've obviously kept it, leaving that club and going to start my own club. So here I am, Butter. But if it wasn't for Chris from Pioneers, I'd still be Jeff A. probably.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's cool. Just just getting some background, man. Just trying to get some, feel you out as far as your biking style and what you ride, what got you into this, this motorcycle stuff, man. Because we all got our different reasons, our different backgrounds on what drove us towards joining a particular club, what got us wanting to ride motorcycles, man. So it's just just kicking the breeze about that, man. What got you out there, man? When you out on your bike, man, how do you feel?
What the biggest thing was when I got in this bike community, I walked into an event and I seen a whole bunch of black folks loving on each other. Nobody had their back against the wall. Nobody was looking around to make sure they wasn't gonna get stabbed later on. That was major to me. Like I was just, being from Patterson, you came into somebody's party, you put your back on the wall. You kept your eyes on the doors. Like I still do that now. And a lot of people like, you always on guard. I'm like, yeah, that's, you live in Patterson, you understand that. But, it was just nothing but love. And I just was like, I need to be a part of this. And like I said, but being with, my best friend and his brother, it was like a matter of time before I went and took the class and got a bike too. So I was influenced to ride and definitely loved the camaraderie, of the MC community. Like it's a beautiful thing when you could just pull up 700 miles away from somewhere and it's somebody's event and you just get love. You just feel like you at home. It's not often you can do that with anything, So that's what I like about this MC community. That's why I'm faithful with the PROC, because I just love bringing people together and I love being together with folks. Like it's just amazing to me, like to see us together.
I'm laughing because as you said, what got you wanting to join the club, and you coming around and you feeling this way, and it was all love and this. I'm laughing because I go back, man. What made me want to join a motorcycle club and what got me when I first went to the bike club, man, when I seen that gangster stuff, man, that was me. Things has really changed, since then. However, for that time frame of me going into the motorcycle club, and my first club that I went to, it was an outlaw club. And when I went in there, the guy I was with, his brother was in the club. Well, he wasn't really trying to be there like that. And I was like, oh man, we should have been coming here. Man, did you just see what just happened over there, man? They were just fighting. And so I was just laughing, when I heard you saying
it's funny because I remember going into outlaw clubs. Like early on, we go entertain some of the outlaws and the things you would see in outlaw club houses. I like stuff I wouldn't want to necessarily talk about on here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I liked all of it, man. I liked it all. I was like, man, this is where I belong.
I did my research after the fact, but I was like, oh, this is a part of the whole outlaw thing. Like they be enjoying themselves, I mean, it'd be a different world.
I'm like, man, this is it right here. Yeah. This is it. I like it, but I didn't at the time. I didn't know the difference between.
Got their own.
Yeah, they got their own thing.
When I came to the set, I was liking the flatness of the shit because I hadn't seen the fly shit. For me, it was all dirty looking. Everybody was scooter bums. You know what I mean? I was like, nah, because I grew up in that shit. So I'm seeing shit. I'm like, oh no, cousins, uncles, all this. I'm like, nah. Then I got around some fly shit. I'm like, oh, you could be fly and do this shit too. Right. So everybody had their own.
Yeah,
thing. That drew them to the set.
Yeah.
I was listening to y'all podcast with Black Dragon, and he was talking about how a lot of the clubs, like the 99 clubs, have come kind of commercialized and have, you know, big events and you know, and rappers and everything else. Like, that's a big deal. Like they're a whole conglomerate now. Is the, you know, I mean, we didn't have that when I was doing, you know, when I first came in. There was parties, but it was $5 and $10 parties. It was no big deal.
Because it was kind of, it was underground. Like, it was like an unspoken.
Right. Yeah.
It was unspoken.
Yeah.
It's a kind of a secret society, if you can say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
That's what it felt like.
Hey, you got Patrice Johnson laughing at your at the flyness.
Yeah, I like that fly shit, dog.
Yeah.
I do. You know, I was like, oh, I ain't gotta be dirty. Listen, I said, oh, I ain't gotta be dirty. Okay, I like that shit. Right there.
Yeah, it's you know, some clubs, you know, you go to they be having whole outfits, and ensembles and everything.
Yeah.
I wanna shout out my boy Big Rob, God rest his soul. He said something a while back on a post. He said, "Y'all can coordinate an outfit, but y'all can't coordinate a ride." Man, I fell out. Oh man, Dex. They got the matching this with the got the thing with the, you know.
Oh,
can't put a ride together to save your life.
Right.
All right,
no doubt.
So,
yeah, man. But listen, I'm gonna go ahead, man. It's been, you know, it's working on 2 hours. And man, you know, the podcast, man, it's been great, man. You know, everybody that's been chiming in, tuning in, and watching, man. It's cool. I appreciate that. I always tell y'all, man, I appreciate y'all for watching the Biker Podcast with me and Pedro. Sure. I want to need y'all to go, if you're not already doing it, because I do drop content on my Instagram page that I don't put on my Facebook page. My Instagram page is Lavish T Williams. Actually, all my social media handles is Lavish T Williams. So if you're not following me on Instagram, go ahead, go to your Instagram page after you get done watching this live. If you got your phone, go ahead, pull it up, Lavish T Williams, hit that follow button and follow so you can keep up with the reels and the replays and all that other stuff that I do out here in the bike community, as well as, you know, just a general lavish life, you know, whatever I'm doing, you know, around me, that circles around me, man. Check it out. Keep up with me and follow all that kind of stuff and everything like that. We got my guy Butter on here, man, from the PROC convention. That's right. I want to give a big shout out to him for taking this time out to, you know, educate, share, make us more aware of, you know, this event. Because again, like I said, even when I talked to him last week, I told him, hold on, save the conversation, because I want to wait until the show. Yeah. You know, I want to ask these questions, you know, on the show. And then as you talk, I'm going to hear something. I'm going to say, hey, you know, piggyback off of that, ask my own questions, as well as the individuals that's, you know, that's chiming in with the comments, you know, just so we can kind of, you know, learn more about this event. Because like I said, I hear it, I heard it, I seen pictures, but I really didn't technically understand what it was really about. When you hear people saying teaching all this stuff, like I said earlier in the podcast, how can you teach me to be a biker when I'm already a biker, not knowing everything that's involved with this whole PROC convention? So it just broke down a lot more of what it's about and what you can gain from this event, man. So I'm glad that you had the time to actually really kick it with us, man. You got your people, man. They going in on the comments, man. They watching. They being very supportive. So, you know, that's a good look, man. So salute y'all on that. You know what I'm saying? Definitely that, man.
Let's ride with me. I got my club on here. I got the PROC on here.
Right. That's right.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely it's been a great show of information for the people that's out there that's watching, man. And I'm hoping that you know they took something from it.
On-site podcast. So you might want to come to the PROC and get some footage.
Yeah, no, definitely, man. Definitely. I know me for sure. But yeah, man, it's definitely, man. And I want to get back with you as well. Probably later tonight or tomorrow. After I get off of here, to really kick it with you about some more stuff as well, man. And
no doubt.
You know, keep this relationship going, man. And I don't know what your schedule looking like, because I always, I put you on the spot. I don't know what it's looking like come September. Come August 30th to September 1st, but we got the Lavish Biker Bash.
I was telling my folks that I'm trying to do some different stuff this year.
Yeah.
I'm always at this place, and this place, but I'm trying to continue the relationship. Like I said this before, that it all starts with me. So I got to start changing the game if I want everybody else to change the game with me. So yeah, I'm doing different stuff this year. So yeah, put me on the spot.
Yeah, put you on the spot, man. Hey,
I ain't gonna make no excuse.
If it ain't for my event, man, Detroit got a lot of events down here, man. Detroit got a lot of events, man. Just one of them days, man. Just pick one. Just show up, man. Anybody,
just show up, man. They gonna
show up to
the
Detroit,
carpet gonna be rolled out, man.
You know what I'm saying? Just show up here, man. We got Miss Johnson said, us women, they can get fly too.
Okay,
and
Miss Johnson.
We know those
okay,
ladies.
They
be getting fly out there.
I ain't gonna say nothing about no women on here though, Miss Johnson, because I said something a couple podcasts back. They was at me. they said, "Why you say that?" I'm gonna have to go back down through that.
Hey, listen, this is good. This is good. This quiet storm. This quiet storm.
What up?
I want to read her comment, and that's why I say sometimes it's always cool to be informative. She said, even when I was in the social club, we knew of the PROC. Okay, our business manager attended and brought back the information. She never thought of attending until now. It was one of those things. Again, she's probably thinking possibly, why do I need to go there? What is it really about? So, if it's reaching one person, man, just imagine how many other people it can reach when they hear of all the different festivities in the events that's going on there. So I'm glad. And
it might be even the name. Some folks are funny about the names of stuff. Like I was now the real true story years ago. I was funny about going to Olive Garden because I just thought they had olives there, shit like that. So it's like, let me
just said the Olive Garden.
Well, I don't know olives. So yeah, the PROC is an amazing thing. 20 years in, and it's several thousand bikers. Come on through. You will be thoroughly amazed, and you will be coming back. Like I said, we haven't done 20 years by giving people foolery. We really put on an experience. We're more than just a couple of parties. It's a whole experience. So, like I said, do some research. If you want, do some hashtags on Facebook. If you put in a hashtag PROC 2009, PROC 2010, you'll see videos and posts from not just me, but folks from everywhere. And you'll see folks talking about the PROC and seeing their pictures and how they had a good time in videos. And so don't let me sell you the PROC. Look at what other people are saying. Look at some people you actually trust or you fool with that like, damn, such and such from such and such riders like this, and they've been going for years. They never told us, like I give you example, 317 heavy way back, since Whip days. God rest his soul. And look at, here we are. I wish he was here to see us. God rest his soul, DJ Whip. So, when it's all said and done, I mean, like I said, the numbers speak for themselves. The time speaks for itself. So just come do one and see for yourself. That's my best thing I could tell anybody. Come see for yourself.
All right. Well, that's cool, man. Listen, I want to go ahead and get ready to end this podcast, man. We appreciate you, man. We appreciate everybody that's been out there listening, that's been on this 2-hour podcast, that's been chiming in, that's been commenting, and the people that's just now watching this pre-recorded podcast, because by the time they see it, it's going to be over with on the live end, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Check out the links in the comment. Go to my Facebook page, in the group on Facebook. It's not on my main page. It's in the Lavish Biker Bash group. Check the comments out. In the comments, you got different links for that, or you can just search the PROC convention in the search bar. Hashtag the PROC convention, and something will come up. So again, thank everybody for tuning in. Make sure you follow me on social media, all the different platforms, Lavish T. Williams. And I'm going to go ahead and end this podcast. And again, we'll be back next Wednesday around 8-ish.
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 Yeah. I'm on my back. When is it starting? I said, he said 8-ish.
8-ish. Yeah. It could be 8:05. It could be 8:25, but it's going to be 8-ish. You know it. So, yeah. All right, man. Appreciate y'all, man. We're going to go ahead and tune out, man. Run out of here, man. Catch y'all next week.
Man.
You've been listening to the Lavish Biker Podcast with your hosts, Lavish T. Williams and Pedro, the dopest podcast in the nation. We want to thank you for hanging out with us, and make sure to add, like, follow, and subscribe at Lavish T. Williams on all social and streaming platforms. We'll see you next time on the Lavish Biker Podcast.